Hi, this is Books with Brushu. I'm Jordan. I like to read books and drink coffee, or water in today's case, because it is already 4 p.m. and honestly this morning I had too much coffee. I had too much coffee this morning, so I do not need any more caffeine today. But anyways, I do love to read books and drink coffee. And today we are here for my April Spinner Wheel TBR. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? I am filming this video a little bit early in the month because that's just how timing has worked out. But it's almost St. Patrick's Day. I've got my new Buc-ee's St. Patrick's Day shirt on because I love it. One of my really good friends got it for me. Super excited about it. So St. Patrick's Day is next week and I am ready to see what books I get on this month's Spinner Wheel TBR. I've got a huge stack of hopefuls here because some things are brewing. Let's get settled. Go get yourself a good drink if you don't already have one. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel, and let's jump into it. Let's go over my hopefuls. So this is a myriad of things that I have planned for April. I have a couple of things, well, April and May. I've got some things planned for April and May, so I need to get some books on there. Now, let me start off with an overall caveat for this. In April, there is a readathon called Magical Readathon. And G from Book Roast on YouTube, she puts on this readathon twice a year. So April is the spring equinox. How this works is it's a role-playing game. So you pick a character and you choose a path that you want to follow, and basically a path of study. She has a bunch of career paths already picked out with the different subjects that you have to take to pass that course for that semester. I have been doing Magical Readathon for a couple of years, but last year was the first year that I actually really paid attention to it and passed all of my courses for the semesters. So for both spring and autumn equinox. My career path is Archmage. And typically for the spring semester, I have to read 6 books. G has not posted her announcement video yet. So I don't know what the prompts are gonna be for those books. I'm gonna pick my TBR and then have to try to get those to fit my Magical Readathon prompts, because I can't read them all. They have to be, some of them have to be the same. Some of them have to be the same. So I'm really hoping that the books we pick today will fit some of my Magical Readathon prompts, because otherwise I'm screwed. That's the overall big caveat. And once she posts her announcement video, I will most likely be doing a Magical Readathon TBR video talking about the picks that I'm choosing. It just hasn't happened yet, and I gotta get this video recorded. So let's talk about the stack of books that I have here. The stack of hopefuls. I am continuing to do my completed series challenge. And the first series that I picked was the K. Scarpetta series by Patricia Cornwell. And the third book in that series is All That Remains. So this will definitely be on my TBR for April. If we can get it to fit a prompt, even better, but this is definitely on the TBR. The next book that is for sure on my TBR is A Court of Thorns and Roses. It's happening, y'all. The announcement has been made and I am starting my reread because it has been 6 years since I've read these books. Starting a reread of ACOTAR and also reading Crescent City for the first time because I have yet to read Crescent City. The goal is 1 book a month from now until October. Since ACOTAR book 6 does not come out until the end of October, we'll deal with that then. 1 book a month. Court of Thorns and Roses will also be on the TBR because I will be reading this for sure because I've got to. They're my rereads. I've also got some reading vlogs planned, and these are mostly books and series that I want to finish. So I've got Broken Ties by Jay Bree, which is book 7 in the Bonds That Tie series. It is the last book in the series. Would like to get to that. I finally got my Fairy Loot copy of War of Wyverns by S.F. Williamson. I would love to read this because it is a duology and then I would be done with it. Plus, I really enjoyed the first book. And this edition is just as pretty as the first book, Language of Dragons. I've also got Wild Reverence by Rebecca Ross. I read Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows back when they came out and really enjoyed them. So I would like to read this prequel in that series. And then also a series that I've been really wanting to get into. The third book in the trilogy comes out later this year, and that is The Games That Gods Play by Abigail Owen. I would like to try to get this one on there too. We'll see how it goes, but I've got my list. I've got my stack of hopefuls here, so we'll see how it goes. Let's start off with our 4 audiobook spins. If this is your first time tuning into a Spinner Wheel TBR, first of all, welcome. How we do these videos here, how I pick my TBRs, is I have an audiobook specific spinner wheel, and I spin that wheel 4 times and pick 4 audiobooks for the month. Then I have a separate spinner wheel that encompasses physical and Kindle books, and I spin that wheel 6 times every month to pick books. Then I also have a mug. It's a Harry Potter mug. I actually need to grab it. It's over here on the bookshelf, but it's a Harry Potter mug, and it is full of books that have been on my shelves forever that I need to get to. So I also pick 1 book out of there every month. So far, that has gone abysmally because there are just way too many books that I want to read. It's an attempt to get those books read. It's not always successful, I will say that, but they're still on the TBR. Let's go ahead and kick it off with our 4 audiobook spins. Let's go ahead and spin for our first audiobook spin, book, whatever. And we get, ooh, Daughters of Warsaw. Okay, I have been really wanting to get to this book because I've heard it's really good. So let me pull it up on Goodreads. Let's read the synopsis. So, Daughters of Warsaw. My internet is just not doing well today. Daughters of Warsaw by Maria Francis. In the world torn apart by war, she'll risk her life to save them. 1942 Warsaw. Young Zofia finds herself leading a double life when she is enlisted to help the fearless Irina Sendler save hundreds of Jewish children from the Warsaw Ghetto. Every night, Zofia risks her life to shepherd the children to safety. But when the worst happens, she is forced to make her riskiest journey yet to keep Irina's mission alive. Now, Seattle. After yet another miscarriage, heartbroken Lizzie returns to the comfort of her childhood home, where she stumbles upon a hidden photograph of her great-grandmother among a mysterious group of people. On a quest to discover more, Lizzie uncovers a buried past darker and more dangerous than she could ever imagine. Daughters of Warsaw, first book on our TBR. Okay, let's do our second audiobook spin. Okay, and we get, ooh, an autobiography. Okay, cool. So I will pick the autobiography after we do all our 4 spins. That's kind of how I do my wilds, is I pick them all at the end. Daughter of Warsaw and an autobiography. I tend to like celebrity autobiographies, so I've got a bunch of those saved on my Libby app as want to borrow. Third audiobook spin. Let's see what it is. Oh, perfect. Perfect. A free pick. That helps me out. And you know how that helps me out? Because I already know what book I'm going to pick. Because April is springtime, right? The next book in the Lori Gilmore Dream Harbor series is spring themed. And that would be the Strawberry Patch Pancake House. Strawberry Pancake House, something like that. I already know that I'm going to pick that for my free pick because I was already planning on reading it in February, or no, I was already planning on reading it in April because April is spring. Strawberry Patch Pancake House, free pick. 4th and final spin. How do these always go so fast? How? 4th and final spin. Okay, go. Oh. Oh. Oldest Goodreads. Oldest Goodreads. Okay, what that means is I open up my Goodreads want to read list and I sort it by date added and then reverse it. And the oldest book on there that would be Lilac Girls by Martha Hall Kelly. Now, this was also on my TBR in January. And I didn't get to it because my hold didn't come in quick enough at the library. So I couldn't read it because I didn't have time. Lilac Girls will be the 4th and final book on the audiobook TBR. I got 2 World War II books on this audiobook TBR. That's gonna be a lot. That's gonna be emotional. Lilac Girls, which is also the start of a series. On the eve of a fateful war, New York socialite Caroline Faraday has her hands full with her post at the French consulate and a new love on the horizon. But Caroline's world is forever changed when Hitler's army invades Poland in September 1939 and then sets its sights on France. An ocean away from Caroline, Kasia, a Polish teenager, senses her carefree youth disappearing as she sinks deeper into her role as courier for the underground resistance movement. A tense atmosphere of watchful eyes and suspect neighbors, one false move can have dire consequences. For ambitious young German doctor Hertha Oberhauser, an ad for a government medical position seems her ticket out of a desolate life. But once hired, she finds herself trapped in a male-dominated realm of Nazi secrets and power. So this sounds really good too, as well. Let me go look at the list and I will pick an autobiography. Picked an autobiography. We've got Daughters of Warsaw. For my autobiography, I'm picking The Third Gilmore Girl by Kelly Bishop. I got a free pick and I chose the Strawberry Patch Pancake House by Lori Gilmore. And then the final pick was the oldest book on my Goodreads want to read list, and that is Lilac Girls by Martha Hall Kelly. Got those 4 books on my audiobook TBR. Here is our mug for our mug pick. Let's pick a book out of here. I hope it's a good one. We've had some interesting ones that I also haven't read. Okay, we got it here. It's gonna be a repeat or a new one. Ooh, The Scarlet Letter. The Scarlet Letter. We did have this book a couple of months ago and I didn't get to it. So let me grab that. The Scarlet Letter by Nathaniel Hawthorne. And yeah, that sticker's still freaking on it because I couldn't get it off. I didn't care enough at the time to try to get it off. It's impossible. Why do they put stickers on books? Anyway, Scarlet Letter. Okay. A tale of sin, punishment, and atonement. The Scarlet Letter exposes the moral rigidity of a 17th century Puritan New England community when faced with the illegitimate child of a young mother, regarded as the first real heroine of American fiction. Hester Prynne's strength of character that resonates with the reader when her harsh sentence is cast. And it's really not all that long, just under 300 pages. And I mean, the writing's not too terribly small. So, mug pick, Scarlet Letter. Now, I think I said at the beginning of this video that I do 6 spins, but I forgot the mug pick counts as 1, so we only do 5 spins. And I can't afford to do 6 spins this month because I have Magical Readathon prompts too. So, I misspoke earlier. It is in fact 5 spins because I forgot that I changed it at the beginning of the year. Oh, my brain is not working today. It is too much coffee and the steroids that I'm having to take for some inflammation in my body. Thank you to the doctor that I saw this week that actually helped me. It felt like a miracle having the doctor, 1, listen to what I was saying, and 2, actually help. Actually know what was wrong with me and actually help. It was a freaking miracle. So I'm hoping my ear gets better because I'm still dealing with all of this stuff. So it's been a journey. It's been a journey, y'all. Let's do our first spin. Let's try this again. First of 5 spins. I know. Okay, what are we gonna get? Ooh, a Fairy Loot YA. Okay, a Fairy Loot YA. I have spinner wheels for each of these Fairy Loot categories. So let's go to the Fairy Loot YA spinner wheel. See which book it picks. Oh, the screen recording is a little slow today. All right. Fairy Loot YA, let's see what we get. Okay, The Floating World by Axio. I actually just got that sequel in the mail from Fairy Loot a little while ago. So let me grab it. This is an absolutely beautiful edition of this book. So freaking pretty. I love the colors and the sprayed edges. I mean, come on. So pretty. Completely redesigned cover from Fairy Loot, of course. We've got this beautiful naked hardcover. Some end page art, which is so freaking pretty. This gorgeous reverse dust jacket. I just love the vibrant colors here. I just love it. And like I said, I just recently got the second book in this series from Fairy Loot because they announced it so quickly after this first book came out that I didn't know it was happening. I wasn't prepared, so I didn't get to read this book before. This was the book for May 2025. Ex-soldier Sun Ho lives in the underworld, a land of perpetual darkness. Possessing just his name and sword, he comes across the score of a lifetime, a chest of coins for hunting down the girl who wields silver light. Ren is a spirited acrobat traveling with her family. But everything changes when they are attacked by a demon. Desperate, Ren releases a blast of silver light and kills the monster, but cannot save her beloved uncle from grievous injury. Determined to save him from succumbing to the poisoned wound, Ren sets off for the mountains where the creature came from, which happens to be where Ren herself fled from 10 years ago. Her path collides with Sun Ho's, but he doesn't realize who she is. As the two grow closer, it becomes clear their past and destinies are more entwined than they could possibly have imagined. The Floating World by Axio is our first spin. Not one from the pile. All right, second spin. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Ooh, a shelf spin. Ooh, these are so fun. These are so fun. So if we come to a spot where these are on the shelves, we'll have to pick that. Let's spin for a shelf. Let's spin for a shelf. Oh, we hardly ever get to do these. Oh, I'm so excited. Shelf number 25. Shelf 25. All right, let me bring us over to shelf 25. This is shelf 25. I went ahead and put Wild Reverence back because it does indeed belong on the shelf. So let's count how many books that are unread on this shelf. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19 books on this shelf. Hey Siri, pick a number between 1 and 19.
A random number between 1 and 19 is 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Well, oh, this TBR is going to be interesting, guys. Fear the Flames by Olivia Rose Darling. Okay, so I have both the indie published version and the traditionally published version of this book. This one's cute and sprayed edges. I have heard that this book has been heavily edited from indie to trad. The indie version is better. However, if you've read the indie version, you still have to read the trad version to understand what happens in the second book because that's how much things change between these two. So that's annoying. I think for the sake of my sanity, I'm just gonna go ahead and read the traditionally published version. It's just what I'm gonna do. And it does have these beautiful sprayed edges. This is the UK edition. I got it on Blackwell's. This was our shelf spin. No one in Imarath has ever seen a dragon until 5 eggs, long-thought fossils, hatched in the presence of their young princess, Elwyn Atera. Fearing the power his daughter would wield through her soul bond with the creatures, King Garrick imprisoned her for many years, desperately trying to break the bond that united them, until a daring rescue saved Elwyn from his clutches, but left her 5 precious dragons at his mercy. Aww. Years later, Elwyn is now a woman determined to free her dragons. Years later? Are you freaking kidding me? Ugh. Okay. I just couldn't imagine leaving your bonded dragons, your baby bonded dragons. Okay, so Fear the Flames is the second spin. Let's go ahead and do our third spin. I'm trying to get some of this stuck on here. Because not all these books are gonna get read. Okay, third spin. Freaking crazy. Okay, author first. Author first. That means I spin another wheel with the letters in the first half of the alphabet, and the author's last name has to start with that letter. A through M, and that will determine the letter of the author's last name. So, let's spin. And the letter is L. The letter is L. Okay. We will pick that at the end. One of these start with L. No, J. Bree, Sarah Matt, J. Mass, Williamson, Abigail Owen. Fourth spin. Carolyn picks. Okay, awesome. So Carolyn is my friend from grad school. We used to be roommates. We actually just went to New York together. I am going to give her a pick of books and she gets to choose what I read. So let me text her and BRB. Caro, being the wonderful friend that she is, picked A Court of Thorns and Roses because she knows how we're all excited about the announcement, about the series. She wants me to read Crescent City too, as well, because I haven't read Crescent City yet. Carolyn put A Court of Thorns and Roses on the TBR. I'm so excited. I'm so excited! I hope she watches this video. A Court of Thorns and Roses is on the TBR. I just love it. I just love it so much. Oh man, so fun. Let's get back to the spinner wheel. Is this our last spin? This is our last spin, guys. This is our last spin. How's it go so fast? And then we still have to pick author last name L, which doesn't help me. Doesn't help me. Fifth and final spin. Fifth and final spin. Let's see what we get. Please be good. Please get one off the list. It's not. It's not. It's another Nora Roberts book. I got a Nora Roberts pick like, whatever, I think January. I think it was January, and I read the Irish Thoroughbred one and I didn't like it. Okay, a Nora Roberts book and an author last name L. Okay, BRB. Okay, after a lot of looking, there are a lot of authors with the last name L and a lot that I want to read. So we've got Carrie Lake, which I love. Carrie Lake, obviously, Anathema. So Nocticadia or Enigma. Six Crimson Cranes by Elizabeth Lim. My Goodreads is really slow. Nina Levine, I love her. Trisha Levenseller. Fonda Lee with Jade City. Frozen River by Ariel Lowen. We've got Christina Lauren, good summery spring romance. Harley LaRue with Losers or Her Soul to Take. Sophie Lark, Brutal Prince. Sherry LaPena, Fairytale by Veronica Lancette. And then I've also got on my Kindle, on my Kindie, I've got the Las Vegas Vipers by Stacy Lynn. The first 3 books in that hockey romance series. Because I've been so into hockey lately, thank you Olympics, I'm gonna pick the Las Vegas Vipers series by Stacy Lynn. I got the first, it was like an omnibus of the first 3 books on my Kindle. The first book in that series is Game Changer. Falling for your best friend is one thing. Accidentally getting knocked up by him is another. Hockey hottie Garrett Dubayak has been my best friend since college and the one constant in my life the past 7 years. Through distance, career changes, and other relationships, we've always found our way back to each other, including the one wild weekend this winter when he finally told me he wanted more, wanted everything from me. Too afraid to admit I felt the same, I told him I needed time. 12 weeks later, here I am, pregnant with his baby, alone and terrified. He's my best friend and deserves to know the truth. So I swallow my fear, my pride, and I shoot my shot. I just hope he's willing to have me and our baby. Okay, okay. I don't love an accidental pregnancy, but you know, I've been wanting to read some hockey books. So. Game Changer by Stacy Lynn is gonna be our last name L. Now, let's get to a Nora Roberts book. So after going through my Nora Roberts books, I picked High Noon. Let's read what this is about. Police Lieutenant Phoebe McNamara found her calling at an early age when a violent, unstable man broke into her family's home, trapping and terrorizing them for hours. Now she's Savannah's top hostage negotiator, and she puts her life on the line every day to defuse powder keg situations. After watching her talk one of his employees off a roof ledge, Duncan Swift is committed to keeping this intriguing, take-charge woman in his life. Phoebe's used to working solo, but she's finding that no amount of negotiation can keep Duncan at arm's length, especially when a man throws a hood over Phoebe's head and brutally assaults her in her own precinct house, and threatening messages begin appearing on her doorstep. With Duncan backing her up every step of the way, she is determined to establish contact with the faceless tormentor who is intent on making her a hostage to fear before she becomes the final showdown. High Noon by Nora Roberts, adding it to the TBR. This has been an interesting one, you guys. This has been an interesting one for sure. So let's do a recap. I'm just telling you guys right now, I am not gonna get to all these books. Okay, let's do a recap of our 4 audiobook spins. So we got Daughters of Warsaw, then landed on Autobiography, and I chose The Third Gilmore Girl. Then landed on a free pick, and I chose The Strawberry Patch Pancake House by Lori Gilmore. And then the oldest book on my Goodreads Want to Read list, which is Lilac Girls. For our physical/Kindle books, The Mug chose Scarlet Letter. We got a Fairy Loot YA spin, and that is The Floating World by Axie O. We did a shelf spin and got Fear the Flames by Olivia Rose Darling. I got an author last name L, and I picked The Game Changer, which is the first book in the Las Vegas Vipers series. Then we got a Caro pick, and she chose A Court of Thorns and Roses. And then the last and final pick was a Nora Roberts book, and I chose High Noon. So that, along with all that remains, are going to be the books on my official TBR. Hardly any in the stack got on there. A little bit disappointing. That concludes the Spinner Wheel TBR for today. Now, stay tuned for my Magical Readathon TBR, because I will be making another video trying to get these books to fit those prompts. I really hope it happens. I really hope we can finagle it and there's not something weird that I don't have here, because literally sitting in front of me, I have 10 different books. Hopefully we can make it happen. But thank you for tuning in. Please give this video a like. Subscribe to my channel for more fun seasonal reading vlogs. I will be doing some reading challenges and some really fun reading vlogs in April and May. And I will see you in the video next week. Bye.